I guess I'm just going to get into real estate. I don't know what else I'm going to do. So I was talking to my now business partner. He's a big mentor of mine for years before. And we were on the back of his yacht and I'm sitting there and I go, Jack, I think I'm going to get into real estate. And he goes, how do you think I paid for all this? And I go, you were in real estate? Like all this time, I'm like sitting there talking to him about philosophical and all of his things. For years, I've known the guy. And he's like, yeah. And he's like showing me all the properties he owns and blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to get into real estate.
And live.
Hello, all of our Slumdogg Millionaire fans. Thank you for tuning in for another episode. Today we have a really fun, exciting guest. His name is Cyrus. You do all kinds of things. You run an amazing podcast. I listened to my first episode yesterday when your bio came in and I was reading all about you, which you guys do an amazing job. Like I was just saying to you, we're babies
Thank you.
compared to you. And then you also help people build their business and kind of branch out in ways that they never even thought would be possible. So that's really intriguing to me and just really cool that you're able to have those skills and you're able to help others learn and build themselves. So it's just really cool. And I'm so thankful that you took the time to be here with us today and share your little nuggets.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. And I think the whole point of life is other people, right? The fact that I'm in a position that I've designed to be able to help as many people as possible and create that, it's like a gift that just keeps giving, right? I can
Right.
consistently on a daily basis impact somebody. I'm stoked.
I love people like you because, like I was saying before, I love learning from others. I like to watch it and just learn along the way. I'd love to even see the mistakes. I'm like, oh man, that was intriguing. That's good to know. And that's something that we kind of tune in on our podcast is we're like, let's tell you what not to do. It's just a fun way to learn. So thank you for being willing to share your knowledge with other people because it's just awesome. Can you tell me I know you told me it was an accident on purpose type of situation, but what got you into this?
Yeah, so interesting. So I usually go back to my childhood. I'm actually just on Monday, I'm putting out a piece of content about that. But the the thought process when I was about 11 or 12, my grandma, my uncle, my dad all passed away in the same year.
I'm
So my
sorry.
grandma passed away, she was 62, my mom's mom. My uncle passed away at 28, my mom's brother, and then my dad, my mom's husband, passed away at 49.
Oh my God.
And so those are like my mom's three closest people in her life, and they're all gone in one swoop in 1 year. My mom never really worked. She worked, but she never really had to work. And when my dad passed away, she ended up having to work six jobs to keep the house over our head. I'm the last of five kids. So my mom is just an absolute beast. She's amazing. She's
Yeah.
phenomenal. She's the best. I'm a big mama's boy. And this is where I kind of shifted thought process as a whole. It was the first time in my life that I thought about other people before myself.
So young too.
And yeah, when you're in what fifth, sixth grade, you don't. Everything's about as a kid. Everything's about me, survival. What do I get? What do
Right.
I want this? Yada
Surface
yada.
level.
Yeah, and so it was the first time that I started looking around and thinking like, okay, how can I make my mom's life easier? And it was just this thought process shift that happened. And at the same time, I had this thought process of, okay, I'm doing all this for other people, but what do I do for myself? And for myself, it was soccer. I used to play soccer, and I played basketball, baseball, and soccer all at this time. And at the time, I gave up I chose to give up basketball and baseball because I was actually better in basketball, but soccer was a little harder. So I I loved the challenge. I played soccer. And then I decided I want to play club. I ended up making a club team. I ended up finding out that the coach of that club team had played professional soccer in Argentina or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that I realized that this person that's standing in front of me was a professional athlete. In my mind, I don't know, I thought professional athletes were like gods. You just kind of born into it. That's just what
Yeah.
happens, yada, yada. And what I realized is, oh, if this guy can be a professional athlete, maybe I can, right? Just to put in perspective, I played goalkeeper. I was not a good goalkeeper. And so I decided I wanted to play professional soccer, and I was in sixth grade, and then I got cut from my club team.
You cook.
That coach cut me, and I'm like really upset about it, whatever. So I go find another club team. And just to put in perspective, the new club team that I went to, I want people to understand, like, I decided I was going to play professional soccer when I was like 11 years old. I was on the worst team in the lowest league, and I played goalkeeper, and we got 5 goals scored on us every game. I was not in a position of
Oh
like strength
no! You're
deciding
like,
I was
this
going
is
to
what
play
I'm
professional
going to do
soccer.
professionally.
Yeah, but
That's
what I
awesome.
thought in my mind was I was like, okay, look, like I'm going to do this. And I just, someone had told me a quote at the time that was like, there's always someone out there getting better than you by working harder than you. And so I just decided I was going to outwork everybody. What I did was I trained before school, I trained after school, I trained after school. Like I just trained every day. When I was 18 years old, I moved to Europe. 2 years after I graduated high school, I moved to Europe to play professional soccer. I ended up playing around the world. I ended up playing in Switzerland, Costa Rica, here in the US, ice all over Europe,
Costa
all over
Rica,
the
which
globe,
team were you on?
really.
Which team were you on
Oh,
in Costa Rica?
I played for a club called Berlin and Heredia.
Oh yeah, I
You've
know
heard of
that
them?
one. Does Ali still own that?
Heredia?
Yeah, I thought he owned that for a while.
No. No, I'm gonna blank on his name,
It's okay, no
but it's a
worries. I know
different
my
name
husband's
because I
famous.
know the name. So I played Heredia, I played at Berlin. They sent me on to Berlin, and then I actually tore a ligament in my hand
Oh,
when I was playing in Costa Rica. This is a whole different story. Those are all details that we can get into, but I basically tore a ligament in my hand, came back home to do my rehab and have surgery, and ended up coming home, train with LA Galaxy and getting into there, and then ended up going back to Europe. Long
Wow,
story short.
we're gonna need
So
your
went back to Europe.
autograph
yeah.
for my kids. They're
Yeah,
gonna be so jealous that I'm meeting you today.
yeah, both of them play soccer.
They're obsessed.
Oh yeah, soccer's the best. Now, I coached USC women's soccer as
Nice.
well a couple
Oh,
years
good.
ago. I'm like super involved with the sport still.
I
I
was
mean, it's
reading that about you. I
something
was
that I
like,
know
oh
more. Yeah, I have like players that are playing at Man United and like PSG and like some really big clubs that I've coached, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
So awesome.
yeah.
Um, but but yeah, so what happened is I was playing in Europe. I came back home to sign with the club here. I went to lunch. I was driving down the street back home, and someone made an illegal left-hand turn and T-boned me.
Oh shoot.
And I didn't realize it at the time, but that was the end of my soccer career.
Mm.
So I went through this whole identity crisis because I thought people loved me for what I did, not for who I was. I
Right.
was super depressed. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. But every single offseason, I went through some sort of like class. One year I went to Italian class, another year I went to French class. And this specific year, I failed both of those. So languages just weren't my thing. So this specific year, I went to real estate school. And it wasn't because I wanted to be a real estate agent, by the way. Like I went to real estate school because I went to real estate school because I was signing with a club here in LA. And I knew that when I signed with the club, I should buy a house because everyone says real estate's a great investment, blah, blah, blah. You hear about this all the time. So I decided I was going to I decided I was going to go to real estate school so that I could learn how to buy a house. Little did I know it has nothing to do with actual practice, right? It has nothing to do
Precisely.
with,
You come out still knowing
yeah,
nothing.
I still had no, I knew nothing. I knew meets and bounds and how to measure how many square feet are in an acre. You know what I mean? Like what? When do I
Yeah,
ever
how
need to
many
use that
you're
again?
gonna make that? You'll never forget that.
And so I did that in that off season. Then I got in my car accident before the new season, yada yada. So I didn't go to college. Remember, 2 days after I graduated high school, I moved to Europe. So I didn't go to university. Everyone always asked me like, or everyone told me like, you should take the full ride. You should go to this school. You should do that. And I said, no, I don't want to. I want to play professionally. And they would like, yeah, but what if something happens? What if you get injured? I said, a backup plan's an excuse to fail. I'm going all in. And so I did, right? And then little did I know it wasn't, I failed to think about the fact that some outside thing can happen, not from me
Right.
playing soccer, right?
Yeah.
But
Right.
anyway, so
You're
now I'm trying to
immortal.
figure out what I'm going to do with my life. Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. And I had just finished with real estate school. I was super depressed, went through a whole identity crisis. And then after all of that, I was like, what am I going to do? And I said, you know what? I guess I'm just going to get into real estate. I don't know what else I'm going to do. So I was talking to my now business partner. He's a big mentor of mine for years before. And we were on the back of his yacht and I'm sitting there and I go, Jack, I think I'm going to get into real estate. And he goes, how do you think I paid for all this? And I go, you were in real estate? Like all this time, I'm like sitting there talking to him about philosophical and all of his things. For years, I've known the guy. And he's like, yeah. And he's like showing me all the properties he owns and blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to get into real estate. So ended up getting into real estate, doing extremely well my first year, started an independent brokerage, grew the brokerage pretty rapidly. We became one of Inc. Magazine's 5,000 fastest growing companies in the world. And then
Awesome.
after that, what ended up happening is I started consulting with a bunch of different companies because of how we marketed, how we grew, like what we did. Started consulting with a lot of different companies, and then yeah, now we're here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so funny. We talked to so many different types of people and investors and people in real estate,
Success stories.
success stories, and I feel like it always happens
In your darkest moment.
in the darkest moment. Yeah, it's so funny. But I honestly think that's one of the greatest things about real estate is that if you're hardworking and you're smart, like whether it's book smart or just you're just common sense smart, you know how business works, it just runs through you. You can make it in real estate. There's
For
so
sure.
many different avenues of real estate and so many different things that you can do in it. That's like you did. You're like, I think I'm going to get into real estate, and then look what it became. This amazing empire that you've
Oh,
built. So
100%. Yeah, real estate, like I tell people all the time, real estate completely changed my life, right? Like I would have probably made great money continuing a career, but like real estate has allowed me to not just, there's one thing in selling real estate, when you sell real estate, you make really good money. When you own real estate, you create wealth, right?
right.
And so for me, like real estate completely changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. From selling it, one thing to owning a huge portfolio, like all of that has happened because I understand real estate. I got into real estate and we built it. And it never probably would have happened with me as an athlete.
And I'm even more excited to ask you about this because I was reading about you. You not only do real estate, but you also are an author of a really cool book called The Butterfly Mindset.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that that's the name of your story because I always say that Kayla and I, we feel like butterflies because we're just running around all over the place, here and there and everywhere. And I feel like we don't stay still for more than
Yeah.
5 seconds. And so the title really caught my attention, and I, read up a little bit on it. But it seems like a really amazing book. If you want to share a little bit how you were inspired to write that, and
Yeah, I'm really excited to order it actually.
Yeah, podcast. The book hasn't came out yet,
uh,
but
it said
but
it's gave like a summary. Of it.
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully it hasn't came out yet.
I was gonna say because we both looked it up.
Maybe I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe
We have to
we'll get
change the title a little bit.
Yeah. We're gonna have a couple conversations with some people. No, so yeah, so I actually have two different books that should be coming out in the next, you know, year or so. One is the butterfly mindset, and then one is called Visualize, Map It Out, and Execute,
I
which is
love
like my formula for
I
like
didn't see that one on
what I
there.
think if you do these three things, like you will be successful in anything that you do,
yeah,
right? Like it takes those three steps.
so important.
But I'm obsessed with butterflies, long story short. I'm obsessed with the butterfly effect. I'm obsessed with being able to shift, like these small little things make big differences, right? Like I always have a butterfly on. I got
Yeah, I
No,
saw
it's
your
not your
necklace.
butterflies on.
necklace.
Yeah.
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 What
And it's the little things that make big changes, right? And that's what the butterfly effect is.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
I love that.
was there something that happened with the butterfly, or is it like was there something that happened with the butterfly that kind of gave you the butterfly idea? It completely makes sense and it fits, but is there a reason that
No, actually, I read a story or I read something along like when I was younger about butterflies. And then when you start understanding the symbolism behind butterflies, you start understanding they start as these caterpillars and then they cocoon and they become this goo and then they break out of their cocoon and it's painful for them. And then they have this process is so synonymous with life,
Right.
right? And then you have butterflies that are these beautiful creatures that have these beautiful wings and they break out of their cocoons and then they never fly because there's people like this, right? There's these people that
Yeah.
are like these beautiful human beings, these amazing people, but they're too scared to fly or whatever
Right.
the reason is, right? And then you have the ones that fly and that are free and they go do what they want. Like it's just an amazing symbolism. And then you have chaos theory, which is the thought process of it was a scientist that was trying to prove that you can predict the weather. So he's trying to prove that you could predict the weather. He's trying to prove that you could predict the weather. And what he realized is he couldn't. And he realized it because he was saying that like the smallest change in pressure in California, for instance, in the air could change the weather in Florida, for instance.
Right.
And the way that he explained it was the flap of a butterfly's wings can change the weather on the other side of the world.
Isn't that crazy?
I
That
know.
the smallest little thing can change things. And
Really?
this is how life is, right? Like, I
Yeah.
think a lot of the times we as human beings, we turn around and we're like, oh, we need to do something big to make impact. We need to do this like big gesture. We need to go and we need to feed 1 million people, whatever it is. Like whatever your passion is, it needs to be big. So then you create this thought process in your mind that has to be so big. Then what ends up happening is you have paralysis because it's too big for you to accomplish.
Exactly.
But the reality is it's the smallest movements that create the biggest change, right?
I
It's
love
the
that.
fact, like, it's the easiest example I always give is like, it's walking down the street, seeing someone's outfit, telling them they have a great outfit on. And the reason it looked like you don't know what that person's dealing with. And every single person on this planet is dealing with something. It may seem like nothing to me when you guys tell me your problems, but your problems are everything to you and vice
Right.
versa,
So true.
right? And so when we think about this from a perspective of like just human nature and humanity, it's so what you're telling me is if I'm walking down the street and I see someone and I tell them they have a great outfit, I don't know, maybe they were having a horrible day, maybe they actually, here, I'll give you an even better one, maybe they hated their outfit because they couldn't figure out what to wear today and they hated it and they walked out, they were so self-conscious about it, and then all of a sudden the first thing they hear is I liked your outfit, and then now their day completely changes.
Changes. Yes.
When it helps, it's coming from a cute guy, right?
Yeah.
That part.
It's like a bonus.
But
I
it's
think
like
you're
this is the
exactly
theory,
right.
right?
Yeah.
No, it's so true. And it's funny because my best friend and I are very different in that. She tells me all the time, she's like, I hate going out in public with you because it doesn't, definitely women. For me, I'm a girl's girl. I know what it is to be self-conscious. I know how it is to not have a self-esteem. And if I see a girl that I think she has cute hair, I am telling her I'm like,
Yeah.
your hair is gorgeous. Your eyes are so pretty. Oh my God, I love that shirt. I just feel like you should tell people when
You
you
do tell everybody.
I do. And but I feel the same way where like if you leave the house every day and someone tells you that you're beautiful, or it's sad that we have to be told that and that we can't just, but think about how that person, if they were told that every day for a week,
Yeah, they'd be like, woo.
how much better they're going to feel every day after that week of being told, oh my gosh, your hair is pretty. Oh, that outfit looks great on you. Oh, girl, you've lost weight. You look great in that, or whatever it is. I just think it's so
Well,
important.
think about it from the opposite perspective, right? Think about it from the perspective of the most beautiful woman in the world being told that she's ugly every day.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't realize is that you could be the most confident, most beautiful person, so on and so forth. But what you intake on a daily basis actually shifts how you think, no matter what you say. The most confident person, the most beautiful person in the world can be told they're ugly every single day, and it won't affect them right away. But over time, they keep getting told it. Eventually, they're going to be like, wait, am I ugly?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna doubt
And
themselves.
it's
For sure.
exactly, and it's the same thing the opposite way, right? If you're constantly told, or you're constantly told that, hey, you look good, hey, this is this, and you hear those things, it'll reinforce the positive thought processes in your brain. And so can we as just people help that cause? And that's how we're going to make the world a better place, right?
Exactly.
Like
We're all gonna
it's
do it together. We're flapping together over
yeah,
I love how our
exactly.
conversations, like where they end up going.
here.
Yeah, it's so funny. That's what I love about this, though, is that our like conversations just go in a whole different direction. But it shows what a good person, your inner side of just being an awesome person all around. So I'm glad it went this direction.
Yeah, and speaking of being awesome, what would we see you doing? You're very young, but if you were retired tomorrow, what would we see you doing? Playing more soccer?
Yeah.
It's funny because like at this, so it's very interesting because I actually had the conversation with one of my friends the other day. We were in Miami, and I was like, dude, I think I'm just gonna retire. And he goes, what would you do? I was like, I don't know. Go on my beach, go to the boat, go on my boat, go to the beach. I don't know. And he's like, dude, you're gonna get too bored. You're gonna
Yeah.
create something
We
else,
talk
right?
about it all the time.
Like I joke about it like all the time. Like I'm just gonna retire. I'm done. I'm cool. I'm good. I would be too bored. I would just probably start another company, start another business. I like love and enjoy like being able to help people build their companies. I like this is the most fun that I have now in my life is to be able to help other people win. When I'm able to take like someone's thought process and idea or goals and help them create their future, like by giving my advice or helping through there, like helping plan that, helping visualize that, whatever that is.
Mhm.
Like, I just think it's so cool when you think about it because it's one thing how I process things. Like, it's one thing for me to help that person, right? Let's say, for instance, I help you guys do something, build something. Like, it's one thing, like, that's cool for your lives. But we're talking about your kid's life, your family's life, the friends around you. Like, it completely changes everything,
Yeah, it's
No.
right?
awesome.
And think about like that. Then you create, let's how I thought about it when I got into real estate was like, okay, I help a single mom buy our house. And I just like it clicked and I realized, oh my gosh, that completely changes our kids' lives. And
Yeah.
generationally, it will change the outcome statistically. It will
Yes.
change the outcome psychologically of who these people become as kids and young adults. So it's when you think about those things, like it's
The
so cool. So
impact.
for me, where I'm at in my life is like the ability to be able to do that for so many people is what I enjoy on a daily basis.
Absolutely, and that
Awesome.
transitions so well
Yeah,
to
into-
our next point, which is on all of our podcasts, we have our guests shed some light on a charity that they hold near and dear to their heart, and then we have an ask for us, and then we are going to go ahead and fulfill it. So we have a lot of fulfillment to be doing in the next couple months, but we'd love to hear what makes your heart beat.
When I got into my car accident, I was out of soccer. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was with a couple friends and they were talking about, hey, we'd love to go and put on some soccer camps for underprivileged kids and yada yada. And I was like, I'll sign up for that. Let's do this. And so we built a nonprofit called Giving Football, where we go around the world and we put on soccer camps for underprivileged communities and orphanages all around the world. And so Giving Football
No.
is my passion.
That sounds
Yeah.
awesome. And so where do you host them mostly, or where have you had a few in the past?
We've done camps all around the world. My goal is to do, so what we're doing now is because I have players that are from all around the world that I've coached now that are now playing all around the world. Like I want to partner with some of the players and do camps in Africa, in Brazil, in Mexico again, in these countries all around the world that they have communities in that we can go and help these communities. So
So
yeah.
how can we?
And then
Yeah.
inner city as well. Donate money. No, you're like
That's a reasonable ask. We get it.
any good nonprofit founder will tell you the best way is to donate money. No, the reality is for me, like it's just being able to share the cause. Like for me, we're pretty well funded because like I end up funding a lot. We created a document that we send to every single within our brokerage, my real estate brokerage. I just thought about this years ago and I was like, why aren't we doing this? So we would donate to some sort of nonprofit off of every transaction. So these are buy or sell transactions. And what we realize is like a lot of these owners, they're wanting to give back and donate and so on and so forth. Sometimes it's the buyer, sometimes it's the sellers. Most of the time it's the sellers. So every single escrow that we have a document that allows anybody to donate and to the nonprofit. So what we do is we have a document and it says, hey, if you'd like to donate, this is it. This is what it would be, the amount, so on and so forth, signature. And then we do all of that through the transactions. So we try to raise money through that way. We do like art shows and things like this. So for us, like I think the biggest ask from you guys is just to share the cause and to, because that's what the whole goal is, right? And then if there's a community that you feel is underserved that needs it, if you feel like there's an orphanage that you guys have been to for another thing or something like this, like we always like to get connected as much as possible.
Okay. No, that sounds awesome. Maybe
Yeah.
we can have our boys do a charity soccer tournament and then donate
Yeah, to
the
raise
funds.
money. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
That would be awesome.
We both have young kids. Mine are 2 and 3, and they're not at soccer age yet, but they're getting there. Believe me, they're already kicking their little balls around the plate.
Yeah, we'll do the tournament in your name.
Yes.
And for the charity.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, we would love that. We would help you plan it and everything. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
No, that sounds awesome. And then are you ever in Florida?
I was gonna ask. Yeah.
I'm in Florida right now.
Oh,
Where are you at?
I'm in Fort Pierce right now
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Not so
until
far.
Sunday.
Hardly far.
Yeah.
And then I'm on a flight to Sweden.
Nice.
Oh wow.
Have fun. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
What part of Florida are you guys in?
Sarasota. So
Oh, that's right. That's
just
right. That's
an
right.
hour.
I remember this. Yeah, I remember this because my assistant, when he was booking it, he was like, do you want to do it in person or online? And then he said, I'm going to say online because it's a couple hours away. We're on the other side.
It's quite
Yeah,
a
yeah.
drive.
But if you're ever in our
Yeah.
area, please
Yeah.
look us up next time you're in Florida. We'll hang out. We'll take you to lunch.
Yeah, most definitely. I would appreciate that.
That'd be awesome. But yeah, I think that's everything that we
Yeah.
covered. And yeah, this was great. Super informative.
And one other question too that they can fit into this is like, what is a good referral for you? What does that look like on your end? What is a good referral for us
Yeah.
to help you with your business?
Yeah.
Now that you need it.
Brokerage teams. Look, for me, I think like as far as a referral goes, I don't know. I've pretty much consulted and helped with pretty much every major brokerage in the industry at this time. So for me, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. And so like if there is a team or a brokerage that needs something, or even just honestly, any business that needs support or strategic help as far as systems, processes, so on and so forth, or like marketing support and like shifting a brand identity, so on and so forth. Like we've done both and we do both, but we work with like huge companies. We've worked with huge brands. And so outside of the real estate industry and then inside the real estate industry, we've done the same. We've helped with rebrands of companies that are doing $7 billion a year and helped restructuring. And so for me, like anytime I hear like a referral, it's like usually that's how we've created all of our business is word of mouth. And sometimes those comes from just conversations over the years that you might sit and talk to somebody and they might say, oh my gosh, I've been having this issue where we're stuck with this, or I've been having this issue. We got to figure out how to rebrand or something like this. Like usually we have solutions for most business processes because we've been through it with huge companies.
Yeah.
And so I'm a big believer in you learn from experiences in life, but they don't need to be your own.
Yeah.
We talked about this
Because
before. Yeah.
Yeah, and because I've like helped so many different companies, I have a lot of knowledge from a perspective of like how other people do things and how they solve their problems. And that's what makes me a huge asset for a lot of companies is because I've seen how XYZ brokerage operates and I've seen how this one operates. I've seen how the Acura operates. And so we can go and help Hyundai build, right? Like these different companies like that are in the same field. So for us, that's the case. And then look, I do like my goal is 40 to 50 flips a year. So the other side of things is like properties that, that our company, which is a separate entity as far as investment, like we can flip. Like I tell everybody, send me the distressed properties because I will buy them. I buy them all day long.
Ooh, I wonder. I have a termite. It's not mine. It's one that I've been looking at to buy, but it may be right. It's on an acre of land. It's
a hoarder house.
It's a hoarder house. It has
That's like,
termites. It has
Perfect.
love it.
yeah. Check
That's
out the
that's like
boxes.
my love language.
But it's
That's
right
like my
in
love
Sarasota
language.
on an acre of land, so that land alone is worth gold.
Worth more than
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like what my love language is those types of properties. But yeah, we do.
Very
So like that's a whole nother
Yeah.
piece. Like anytime those come up, send them to me. Like I'll at least be honest and be like, yeah, hey, this is what you're saying value is. This is what I can do. And I'm a lot more conservative than a lot of investors because I don't need to make, if I'm going to go deploy that cash, I don't want to make $10,000 or $5,000. Like we are super conservative, but I buy deals every single week. Like I'm buying deals. So
awesome.
Oh, I'll
yeah,
have to send it to you. I just want to hear. I just want to hear what you think of it.
yeah. Send it over.
Yeah. And we'll keep you as our phone a friend if we need
Yes.
business growth advice, like for our
For sure.
brokerage or whatever. We'll
Honestly, I'm
definitely
thinking-
Anything you need.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, literally anything you need. I'll help you guys out.
That sounds awesome. You've been amazing guests.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yes.
much, our Slumdoggies. We thank you for tuning in again to another episode of Slumdogg Millionaires. Thank you so much, Cyrus, for being here and taking the time out of your busy schedule to just talk with us and fill in. You're such an amazing person all the way around. You touch a lot of points that the reason that we built this podcast is learning from others, right? Learning from other people's mistakes.
So our guests don't have to.
Yeah.
Our
Here are our
listeners.
nightmares, so
Yeah.
you don't have to go through them. So thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here.
Safe
Appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
Send me your autograph.
Yeah. You want a signed
My
soccer
kids
ball.
are gonna be like, oh.
And we gotta start watching your podcast and order those books with
Yeah,
the
you gotta let us know.
yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Like, subscribe, and follow and download every episode. Helps me.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's a wrap on another episode of Slumdogg Millionaires. If you're ready to turn dreams into dollars, smash that follow button and join us every week for more money moves and mindset magic. Don't forget to give back to your local community. Until next time, keep grinding, keep growing, and remember, your empire starts with one smart decision. Huge gratitude shout out to our production team at Icons of Real Estate.